For over 2,000 years, the Catholic Church has stood as one of the most powerful and mysterious institutions in human history. But beyond the churches, rituals, and traditions, there are stories rarely told, questions rarely answered, and truths many have never heard. Today, we explore the untold secrets, ancient traditions, and hidden truths of the Catholic Church. Part 1. Origins people rarely hear about. 1. Was the Catholic Church exactly as Jesus intended? Jesus never used the word Catholic. Early Christianity had many groups, not one church. How Rome became the center of Christianity. Constantine and the political power of the Church. The Church did not rise only through faith, but also through empire, politics, and power. 2. The Bible before the Bible. Many books were removed, Apocrypha, Gnostic writings. Who decided which book stayed? The Council of Nicaea. Why some writings were declared dangerous. History is written by those who decide what survives. Part 2. Hidden practices and rituals. 3. The Vatican archives. What is really inside? Kilometers of sealed documents. Letters from kings, prophets, scientists. Why most people will never see them. If the Church has nothing to hide. Why is so much hidden? 4. Confession, spiritual healing or control. Origins of confession. Why priests must never speak. Psychological power of confession. 5. The Pope, spiritual leader or political power. The Pope as a head of state. How popes are elected secretly. Popes who changed world history quietly. Part 3. Controversial and rarely discussed truths. 6. The Crusades, faith or blood. Millions died. Religion used to justify war. What churches rarely preach today. S7. Science vs. the Church. Galileo's punishment. Scientists silenced. How the Church later admitted mistakes. 8. Why the Church still influences the world. Education systems. Hospitals. Global charity networks. Quiet diplomacy between nations. The Church may appear silent, but its influence is everywhere. Final part. Faith, hope and the future. 9. Why millions still believe. Spiritual comfort. Tradition passed through generations. Sense of belonging. 10. Final reflection. The Catholic Church is not just a building, not just a religion, but a living story of faith, power, mistakes, redemption, and mystery. The question is not what the Church was, but what it will become. 6. Hidden symbols in Catholic worship. Throughout Catholic history, symbols have played a powerful role. But many believers never ask why these symbols exist. The cross, candles, incense, robes, bells, and sacred colors all carry deep meanings rooted in ancient tradition. Candles represent the light of Christ, but they also come from Jewish temple worship. Incense symbolizes prayers rising to heaven. Yet it was also used in ancient civilizations long before Christianity. Even the Catholic priests' vestments resemble garments worn by Old Testament priests, showing continuity between ancient worship and modern faith. These symbols are not meant to replace God, but to point the human heart toward the invisible. 7. The Vatican archives. What is really inside? Deep beneath the Vatican lies one of the most mysterious places on earth. The Vatican Apostolic Archive. For centuries, these archives were closed to the public. Inside are ancient manuscripts, letters from kings and emperors, documents from early Christianity, records of trials, confessions, and church decisions. Many people believe the archives hide dark secrets. In truth, most historians agree the majority of documents are historical records, not forbidden revelations. Still, the limited access fuels global curiosity and speculation. 8. The role of confession few understand. Confession is one of the most misunderstood Catholic practices. Many ask, why confess sins to a priest instead of directly to God? Catholic teaching explains that priests act in the person of Christ, offering forgiveness not by their own power, but by God's authority. Confession is meant to heal the conscience, restore spiritual peace, break the power of guilt. It is not control, but restoration. 9. Miracles approved by the Catholic Church. Unlike popular belief, The Catholic Church is extremely cautious about miracles. Before a miracle is approved, doctors examine the case. Scientists search for natural explanations. Years of investigation take place. Examples include miraculous healings, Eucharistic miracles, apparitions like Lourdes and Fatima. Only a tiny number of claims are officially accepted. This shows a balance between faith and reason. 10. Saints, worship or inspiration. One of the biggest misconceptions is that Catholics worship saints. In Catholic teaching, worship belongs to God alone. Saints are honored, not worshipped. They are examples of faith, courage, and obedience. Saints are believed to pray with believers, not replace God. They remind humanity that ordinary people can live extraordinary faith. 11. Power, politics, and faith. Over centuries, the Catholic Church gained political influence. At times, the Church protected the poor. At other times, leaders made serious mistakes. History records moments of corruption, political alliances, human weakness. Yet Catholic teaching insists, the Church is holy, but its members are human. Faith survives not because of perfect leaders, but because of God's mercy.